I just feel like that the Berlin Wall is being built up around Canada and that freedoms are being stripped from us, that I think it's that I need to leave. And I can't really talk about it with like family or like even a lot of friends. I can't really talk about it because like, and a lot of them might just think I'm like a doomer or whatever. And the thing is, I'm not, I don't think that the future is a doomsday necessarily for me. I think that Canada is a doomsday and I need to leave. I think I need to leave. I know I need to leave. And the thing is, if back in the day, if the Berlin Wall was being built up around you and you're like, hey, I don't think that this is a good thing, people would be like, hey, you're just a doomer. Like, and you ended up being right. Is that not a reason for you to have like planned for the worst and hope for the best? Like, I do hope for the best for Canada, but Canada has gone so downhill in the last 10 years, and I just don't think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get worse. So I think it's that I should leave. Like, for example, housing is so unaffordable. We've implemented extreme amounts of immigration to suppress wages because instead of businesses being forced to pay a livable wage for a lot of these jobs that people aren't willing to do because the wages aren't livable, like you can't afford anything on the wages, they've implemented cheap labor to suppress wage growth. And with implementing this much immigration as well, it's propping up housing prices and or making the housing prices go up. So it's preventing affordable housing. And then we've also implemented like free drugs or legalized hard drugs, and it's like destroyed so many people's lives, and there's just like homelessness everywhere. Drugs are running rampant, and it's just really disturbing and sickening to see. I was working security and I would have to like deal with that a lot of the time and like interact with these people or talk to these people, and it was really depressing, and it sucks. Like a lot of the younger generation is also dealing with it. Not necessarily, they might be dealing with it because they're addicts, or they might be dealing with it because they're social workers or healthcare workers, and that's like a really shitty thing to be around. Like it's so disturbing and sickening. And like, it's our government that has implemented these things. And I don't know how people could vote them in again, because the 2025 election just happened and the Liberals just got in again. And I don't think the Conservatives would have been able to save Canada either, but they just got voted in again. And the guy that got voted in, he was part of the World Economic Forum. And the World Economic Forum, that's where they created that saying, you will own nothing and be happy. And that's just a perfect example of why I should leave. So if a government wants me to own nothing and be happy, those are red flags for me. And they're implementing cheap labor to suppress wages. So a guy like me in his prime working age, I should be incentivized to work and provide value to this country, but yet I'm disincentivized. So I just know that it's like in my best interest to leave and find a place where I am appreciated and that I could build a future for myself, because I don't see a future for myself in this country. So I think like the best option for me is to leave, and I just don't see anything improving here. They're just talking about spending more and more money, and we're already a bankrupt country. I think like the average person owes like $72,000 in debt, not even including their mortgage. So everyone's just living off debt here, and they're barely scraping by. Like, I read that it was like 50% of Canadians are like $500 away from like an unexpected $500 bill or unexpected expense. That's how far away they are from financially, like from like bankruptcy or from financial ruin. So Canada has continued to go downhill. So I don't know how they can implement the same government that has got us to this position. So, like, I need to leave because there's like no saving us, and people seem to don't want to implement change here either. So there's no affordable housing. I won't be able to own anything. None of the parties that were campaigning were going to be able to change anything. And with how much immigration are being implemented, they've pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be a Liberal Party for the foreseeable future, because the people immigrated are going to vote Liberal, and the more people that are coming here and being implemented and getting citizenship are going to continue to make a bigger majority along the way and continue implementing things like banning gun ownership, private property rights, and freedom of speech. Those are really scary things. And like I said, I'm not a doomer for my own future. I really have a, what's the word? Positive outlook for my future, because I feel like I'm the master of my own destiny, and I can provide a good future for myself. I've got like a good head on my shoulders, and I'm very strategic, so I can find ways to improve my life and make my future better. And I plan for these things. So I'm really positive on the outlook of my future, but I'm pessimistic on the outlook of Canada's future, which is upsetting to me, and like, it's disappointing. I don't want bad things for Canada. I have family here. All my family is here, so it sucks, and I can't really talk about these things with my family because they'll either think I'm a doomer, and or they voted for the political party that is implementing these things, and maybe they're not aware of the bills or laws that are being passed in Canada that are stripping us away from our freedoms. But you can't really talk about these things. People don't want to hear it, so I accept that they don't want to hear it, and I will make my leave, and that's okay. They don't have to do anything if they don't want to, but I am going to do something, and what I'm going to do is what's best for me, and like, I hope the best for everyone here, but I just know that things aren't going to change here, and I think that things are going to continue to get worse. So I want to build a future, and I want to be prosperous, so I think that it's the best thing I can do is leave. But I'm going to try to enjoy myself best I can while I'm here, and I like Vancouver Island's Vancouver Island is an incredible place, but like, I can't afford a house here, and like I said, like, the drug epidemic here is just horrendous. It's so appalling to see and like disappointing to see. But yeah, there's many great things about here too. But anyways, yeah, that's what's been on my mind lately. Like, the 2025 election just happened. Mark Carney just got in. He was part of the World Economic Forum, which wants me to own nothing and be happy. I'm I'm against that. That's not how I want my future to be. So I think it's better that I leave. And one of my only concerns is that I'll be allowed to leave, because right now they're deteriorating the relationship between the US and Canada. So it's making it harder for Canadians to be able to even just visit the US. And I would like to potentially be able to work and live in the US in the future if I'm able to get a visa or whatever. So that's part of the plan, but we'll see how that goes. So let me know in the comments what you think, and if you like the content, please click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.